we got to start off with, you're in a golf league. So, right. It's from home. Explain that to me. You have a.
Yeah. So I have a golf simulator in my barn.
Okay.
And I play golf in it.
So basically, that's what we're laughing about. You could be naked all day playing your golf simulator against other people because they can't see you, right? You're just simulating. So he said,
well, it depends. So if I'm playing online, technically I have to have the camera on live.
Okay. So that throws the whole argument out the window. But you don't have to go to a course. You don't have to carry any clubs. You don't have to do anything. You just have to sit there with your simulator.
Yep.
So how did you get involved with this golf simulator league? That blows my mind.
I found it online. I just kind of started looking up some stuff online on the software that I use and found the website that runs with the software that I use and joined the Discord and stuff like that. Just kind of got into it somehow, kind of just stumbled across it for the most part.
And you said you play 2 to 4 times a week, right?
It depends on the week, but I try to get out there and at least hit some balls, if nothing else.
On the simulator, you mean you're talking about hitting the ball, and you hit the ball, and do you literally hit a ball that goes against a screen?
It's a big screen. It's an enclosure, and then it's got a screen in the enclosure where the projector puts the golf simulator, of the course right there in front of you.
Okay.
And then whenever you hit it, it just puts everything through the computer, and then it simulates it right there on the screen for you.
So you really have to putt the way you would putt. You can't really you can't rock it every time. You really have to, change your golf swing. It's still playing, and you're playing on all could you be playing Augusta National in this?
Yeah, Augusta's on there.
Wow. Did you play this week? Did you have any tournaments this week?
No, I haven't played any this week.
And how does it? Prize money, is it just for, is it like how many guys or women, is it all men, is there co-ed?
I haven't seen any women on there, but I'm sure there are some on there somewhere. The one league that I'm in right now, you play once a week if you can. They do it to where you can play once every other week, but what they do is you can, 1 week you'll play a singles event, the next week you might play a 2-man event, the next week you might play a 3-man. It just kind of depends on what format they have each week. But you can play with your partners. Sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes you all can both play separately if you need to. And then there's weekend tournaments sometimes where you can play 3-man scrambles against other guys. Typically there's anywhere between, I'd say, 27 to 35 guys or so on a weekend.
And how many guys are in the money? Because, right, you said they're gold. Right, they're called gold. What's the term used for the tournaments? You use the word gold. Didn't you say something gold?
I was trying to say golf. I think it just misspelled it.
Okay, okay. I was like, is it gold? Now, so how many guys are in the money? So you play, it's an 18-hole tournament. If you play once a week, it's just 18 holes, best score. Yep. And how many guys are in is it winner take all kind of thing?
It depends on how many are in it. So in the league that I play in, there's 36 guys, and they usually pay top 3 each week.
Okay.
So if they do a 2-man team, then they'll pay the top 2 teams.
Okay.
So 4 guys get
paid.
But then there's closest to the whole contest that you can win some money on. Then they have a hole-in-one contest where you can win some money on and stuff like that. Like the last hole-in-one pot that just got hit was hit for $1,000.
Really? Oh, so,
yeah.
Oh, wow. So
it builds up every week. Every week, everybody puts in $1 and it builds up.
Okay. I see what you're saying. So it's like somebody finally hits when. And how long? And wait, how long were we doing this again? How long did we start this?
I bought the simulator and installed it last December, so it's been a little over a year now.
Oh wow! Are they expensive, the simulators?
They're not cheap. It depends on how good you buy. How good the projector is. How much you spend on the computer and stuff like that. So yeah, they can get expensive, a lot more than what mine cost. Mine wasn't nearly as much as what some people spend.
Would you think about upgrading into the future? Or are you happy with what you have?
My enclosure is really good. The only thing I would probably upgrade would be the projector to go from 1080 to 4K, and that's really about the only thing that I would need to upgrade. And
you told me you started a TikTok page, right? Under your same handle as on Instagram.
Yep, at BT McGraw.
BT McGraw.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to lead off with this because I said it just fascinates me that you're playing. You're not even leaving the house. You're like, and you're just going to, wow. All right. So, yeah, that's what now, what do you think about, do we know why Tiger Woods ended the contract with Nike? I mean, that just seemed kind of.
I think there's some assumptions that he's going to go and start his own line. I'm not really sure who it's going to be under, but there's some assumptions that he's going to go and start his own line.
But he could have been doing this all along. I mean, I don't understand why now. Why, and especially when he's not at his height anymore. But I guess, yeah, I mean, I know he's doing that thing with Rory, with McIlroy, right? With that.
Yeah, he's doing the indoor golf league.
Right. Yep. Have you ever played that? Any indoor
no,
golf?
I haven't played that. Yeah, I mean that's technically what my simulator is for the most part, is just indoor golf.
But this is an indoor golf.
But yeah, I mean, I've played some indoor golf stuff around Louisville before I bought my simulator.
And how did you like it?
Oh yeah, it depends on where you play, because some places aren't nearly as accurate as others. It depends on the launch monitor that you use, but yeah, it's good.
Now, are you still playing? You're in Kentucky, right? You're in Kentucky, correct?
Yep, in Louisville. Yeah,
in Louisville. Which is so funny. You're in Louisville, but you're a Kentucky fan, which I love. Yep. I just love that you're. So is it still warm enough to play outside now, or do you play more with the simulator than outside?
Like today, it's in the 40s. Later this week, I think it's supposed to be in the 50s. So that would be warm enough to play outside if it's not, windy or anything like that. When it gets in the 50s, we'll get out and play if we can.
Okay. All right. So there's a lot of things I want to talk about. I thought we'd jump around. Unless is there any more golf stuff? I mean, do you want to talk any more golf stuff?
Whatever you want to talk, I'm down.
All right. Okay. What about your Jaguars, dude? What?
Yeah. I mean, they went 1-5 in the last 6 games.
And who'd they beat? Who's the only team they beat? You beat Carolina.
Yep. And that's awful.
That's awful. I mean, I saw that. There's so many things I wanted to ask you, because I have a cousin who's a huge Jaguar fan, and you're my two guys. But I mean, is Trevor Lawrence the future of is he the future? Do you
I want to hope that he is, and I want to say that he is, and I don't think he's going to be a bust by any means. I think he's going to be a starter for a while in the league, but I don't know if he's going to be a superstar like we thought, or like he was projected to be as a number 1 overall pick. As a number 1 overall pick, you've got to be a superstar.
Got to be a superstar.
And he hasn't been that yet. And, I get that there's been some people that said he hasn't had the offensive line that he needs. I understand that. He played hurt a lot of the last half of this season. I get that. But you got to win 2 games out of the last 6 to be able to make it into the playoffs. And that's all they needed was 2 games.
I watched him specifically against the Titans. He was shot put in. His shoulders was done, because I've never seen him throw like that. It was kind of like a push. So another thing, that ankle. What was that ankle injury against? Who was that against? That was the Monday night game.
The Bengals.
His ankle. I said he's done for the year. They broke his ankle. So how is he? He had to shoot up the ankle every game. I think he had to. Yeah. But
it had to be rough.
And this is the thing I wanted to ask you. C.J. Beathard is not a backup quarterback. C.J. Beathard should be playing in the arena or beer leagues. I mean, that's
he's bad.
Got to get a better backup. I mean, listen, the Jets had Zach Wilson. I mean, they're comparable. He sucked. It took a huge drop off. And is Etienne? What do you think about Etienne? I mean, I saw so he rushed for 1,000 yards. That's 59 a game. That's not your number 1 back, in my opinion. He is
a secondary back who can split carries and take about 35 to 40% carries, but probably more of a pass catcher out of the backfield. And he's okay blocking on pass block protection. He's all right. But he's more of a shed a block, get off, try to take a little dump pass. He can, I'm not going to say that he can't be a primary back. He just hasn't shown that yet.
And that's the thing. And I think after last year, you guys played KC. I thought you had a shot. There was a point where I thought, you guys might pull it out against KC in the playoffs. I mean, I know San Diego totally, but you came back in that game, and then I thought you'd build off 8-3, man. We're in the playoffs. 8-3. He was on the Manning cast, Trevor Lawrence. I'm like, and I mean the defense, and so now you got a new defensive coordinator. Who would you go after? I mean, you got to bring somebody in, right? I mean, I like Peterson. I like Peterson.
At this point, I don't know. I mean, I like Peterson too. I definitely don't think it's an opportunity to fire him. I don't think that's the right move. But
no, I agree.
I I think we need to fire the offensive coordinator too, though.
So you're not Preston